The fans of this sport are built differently. They demand excellence and expect nothing less. Big Ten Wrestling and Beyond is a show dedicated to the fans. Your new home for Big Ten Wrestling is here, and it starts now.
Welcome once again to Big Ten Wrestling and Beyond. Rick Pizzo joined, as always, by Shane Sparks. Where does the time go? You blink, and Penn State has already wrapped up the Big Ten dual title once again.
Yeah, another great week, and you said it, Rick. It goes fast. A lot of these teams, one more competition before the Big Ten tournament 3 weeks away in Maryland.
Penn State has been atop not just the Big Ten, but the entire nation all year long. They salted away that Big Ten dual title over the weekend with a win over Nebraska. The Huskers gave the Nittany Lions a run for it. Shane has more on that in just a second, but the Penn State story continues to be dominance. 11-0, 8-0 in the Big Ten. Great back end. Haynes, Messenbrink, Starachi, Brooks, Kirkfleet, just too much once again as the Nittany Lions outlast the Cornhuskers.
Nebraska got off to a quick start at 125 pounds. Caleb Smith victorious. How about this guy right here at 133? Jacob Van D. He got his arm raised. Ridge Lovett at 149, a good scrap. The top-ranked wrestler at the weight class remains undefeated, now 21-0. And then a really good battle at 184. Lenny Pinto prevails. He beats Bernie Truex of Penn State. Good day for the Cornhuskers.
Watch the Huskers in the Big Tens and the NCAAs. Of course, you always have to pay attention to Iowa on Senior Day. 8 of 10 wins for the Hawkeyes over Wisconsin. A couple of guys wrestling for the last time inside Carver Hawkeye. Brody Teske, Real Woods with wins. And don't forget about the performances here by Zach Glazier, now 20-1 on the year at 197.
Illinois with a pair of one-point victories over Purdue and Northwestern. Danny Pagino, 2 pins. Edmund Ruth, a pair of major decisions to lead the Illini. And then Northwestern, the Wildcats, they defeat Indiana 19-18 for a Big Ten win. Massi Odiati, a win at 125. Trevor Chumbley victorious for the Wildcats at 157.
Other than Penn State, maybe the hottest team inside the Big Ten, Minnesota, opened up the Big Ten season with losses to Iowa and Nebraska. Gophers have ripped off 6 straight. Patrick McKee with the pin over Eric Barnett this weekend, setting the tone. You also have Michael Blockus, Isaiah Salazar, Garrett Joles. Do not sleep on the Gophers, riding a ton of momentum into the postseason. Of course, the more things change, the more they stay the same in regard to the top of the Big Ten and the top of the nation. Everybody has been giving chase to Penn State. Nobody has been able to catch the Nittany Lions, Shane. This is now 10 dual titles since 2012.
This team is so stacked, Rick. When you have 5 number ones in the lineup and the accolades they have, they're going to be scoring a lot of bonus points. I've been really impressed with how slick they are in their feet, but these guys can ride. Bring up Greg Kirkfleet, for example. This guy's got 6 matches where he scored a point on the riding time. They're just so good and so deep, and especially in those upper weights, they're going to be really tough to beat. You got some hammers in that lineup.
I think those upper weights is the key for Penn State when you get to nationals, because even if you have a surprise, if you lose at 125, yes, you have Bo Bartlett there at 41 to certainly help, but once you get to 57, starting with Levi Haynes going all the way down the line to Kirkfleet at heavyweight, how many matches ever are any of those guys at those classes going to lose?
And then you look at a guy like Mitchell Messenbrink at 165. This guy tires out the scoreboard. Tyler Kasak's been phenomenal at 149. And Braden Davis at 125. He'll be in the mix at that weight class. It is wide open. This team can do some special things in the final month of the season.
And maybe it's a good thing for Cale Sanderson and the rest of this team that they were challenged a little bit on Sunday. Nebraska by far giving Penn State its toughest test of the season.
Nebraska's a really good team. They're balanced. They got a phenomenal mix. They got the big hitters, home run hitters. Ridge Lovett at 149, he is a pinner. Lenny Pinto at 184, he can pin. You have a reigning Big Ten champion with Silas Allred at 197. There's Caleb Smith. He came over from Appalachian State. 133, Jacob Van Die's been very solid. It's just a very balanced team. Of course, Penn State's the favorites, but you're going to have 6 to 8 teams fighting for those 2, 3rd, and 4th placements, and Nebraska will be in the mix.
Yeah, Huskers did claim 4 bouts in that loss. Obviously, Penn State pulled away a little bit late with Brooks and then with Kirkfleet, but a terrific performance by Mark Manning's team. As for Iowa, I mentioned that Brody Teske, Real Woods, last time wrestling inside Carver Hawkeye, they were dominant. Jared Franick seemed to get back to where he's being. Glazier continues what is something of an unexpected and a terrific season. Where is Iowa in terms of where you think Tom Brands wants his squad to be heading into the postseason?
Well, they beat Wisconsin in 8 of 10 matches. That following losses to Michigan and Penn State. Real Woods had a pin. It's a good win for the Hawkeyes. They took care of business. It sets them up for a monster dual meet in Stillwater, Oklahoma next Sunday against Oklahoma State. That is going to be a big-time test for the Hawkeyes. Looking forward to watching that match, their final test before the Big Ten tournament.
And I love it, Shane. I love this big-time non-con before you get into the postseason to kind of get your team really ready for what you're going to face.
And these are the 2 most storied programs in college wrestling history. Oklahoma State is a program. They have 34 national titles. Iowa has 24. I think Gallagher-Iba is going to be 14,000 people. Knowledgeable fan base. This is fantastic. You got Tom Brands in Iowa versus John Smith in Oklahoma State. This is a dandy, Rick.
And I know you will enjoy it for a couple more reasons than one. Let's talk individual storylines. And perhaps the biggest storyline of the weekend was at 125 and Patrick McKee taking down Eric Barnett, number 3 in the country. And not just taking him down, but a scramble situation. McKee gets the pin and sets the tone for everything that Minnesota did in the rest of this duel.
This is the 10th time these two have met.
10th.
It's the 4th time Patrick McKee has pinned Eric Barnett. Barnett, though, has beaten McKee 17-4 in the past. This was a wild match, and for Patrick McKee in that Minnesota singlet there in Maturi Pavilion in front of his home fans for the last time, to get that pin, to get them off to a good start, look at that emotion. He'll remember that night, Rick, for the rest of his life.
And I believe that rivalry between those 2 guys will last for a long time as one of the best rivalries that we've seen, not just in the Big Ten, but nationally at that weight class. Now let's give some love to some guys who maybe have not been getting enough this year. Dylan Chauver at Rutgers. Back-to-back ranked wins. Took down Aaron Nagao in a match that was earlier in the week, a week ago, and then he backs it up against Maryland, taking down Braxton Brown, another ranked wrestler. What's Chauver doing so well right now?
I've been really impressed with his toughness. This guy's up to 133. He had been down at 125 pounds, had a tough loss against Tyler Wells for Minnesota in sudden victory a couple weeks back, and now he's picking up some momentum. He beat Nick Bouzakis of Ohio State. You mentioned that big win against Aaron Nagao, and then followed that up against Braxton Brown. This guy is dangerous, ranked top 10 in the country. Don't sleep on Dylan Chauver. He's had some really good battles with Dylan Ragusin. At 133, this guy is good enough to win the Big Tens.
I know it hasn't been exactly the team year that Illinois has looked for, but a bright spot this weekend from Danny Pacino. He goes not 1, but 2 wins by fall this weekend. His first 2 wins of the season. What a way to start to finish things off.
He's won 5 of 6, 4 in a row, 3 straight bonus point victory. And as you mentioned, a pair of pins for Illinois. They won some dual meets by 1 point. They had to have them. This is a young team. He is part of the nucleus. They are building in Champaign. It has not been an easy year for them, but they stepped up this weekend. It's something you can feel good about. Get a little bit of confidence. I'm excited to see what they're able to do with this young talent coming up these next couple of years. But here's one of the leaders on this team, Danny Pacino. Did a really nice job.
Hey, pins are always awesome. They're always fun to watch, always important, but even more so when they help break the tie, and that was the case for the Illini against Northwestern. When we come back, we visit Chase Saldate, Michigan State's outstanding 157-pounder. We'll touch on a variety of subjects. Chase knows all about tough wrestling. This week's edition is on the way, and Shane counts down the top 3 Big Ten duels of the year as Beyond rolls on.
There's a great start by Saldate with that takedown. Look at that pressure on top by Saldate.
Away from Saldate.
Continued movement by Saldate there. Great hip action there. Gets out for the 1.
Comes in, workmanlike, gets the job done, and gets Michigan State on the board.
If you like watching action, aggression, a guy who puts a lot of his opposition on their backs, then you like watching our next guest. Michigan State's Chase Saldate is with us. Chase, I want to start there because you're one of the more aggressive guys out there. You go for your shots. You score a ton of points. So how do you balance your desire to be aggressive? You have 10 pins already this year with the fact that when you're really aggressive, sometimes if you make mistakes, your opponents can counter.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that I've really been focusing on is pushing the aggression the entire 7 minutes. I could do anything for 7 minutes. I believe in my gas tank and not being afraid to get taken down. If I shoot, I get taken down. I get an escape. I get a takedown. I'm back in this match. Even just getting an escape alone, I'm still in the match. And I'm a firm believer in nobody could just continue to take me down for 7 minutes in the country. So I'm very okay with maybe giving up a takedown, maybe giving up 2 takedowns, and battling back. I'm going to continue doing what I do best, pushing the pace, riding hard on top, trying to turn, and just keep wrestling through every single position.
Chase, you really picked up steam last year, went to the national tournament, fell a little bit short, round of 12. What did you learn from that experience?
Man, that was the most heartbreaking time of my life. I'll be honest. I went 0-2 my freshman year, 0-2 sophomore year, hit the blood round. You would think I would be almost like that wouldn't hurt as much as going 0-2, 0-2 again, 2 years in a row. Losing in the blood round is the worst feeling I've ever felt in my life. And one thing I learned that looking back on was it comes down to the little things. In the blood round, I got thrown and pinned in the 3rd round. It was a very close match up until I got thrown. And the first thing that crosses your mind is, man, was cheating those little things, maybe not doing an extra rep, maybe not doing an extra homework assignment, like those little things in your life, cheating those little things. Is that what came back and bit me in the butt later on down the line? Is that why I lost in the blood round? So this year, it's all about just my whole life as a whole, making sure I'm conquering the little things, doing the little things, throwing, tape away after you use it in the wrestling room, making sure my homework's on time, stuff like that.
I'm glad you brought up your life as a whole because you're one of the innovators, and a lot of folks may not know this, among non-revenue athletes as far as NIL is concerned. It started for you a couple of years ago. You've now aligned yourself with companies and groups that think like you, that believe in the same things as you. Tell us a little bit more about that, what that journey has been like and what you're doing with that right now.
Oh, it has been awesome. I am full-fledged. I call it a job. I call NIL is a job for me. I take myself, my brand, very personally. I put a lot of work into it, and it's just awesome to be able to have this opportunity where, for example, if I'm into cleansed juice, cold pressed juices, I could reach out to a company. We could align as a partnership. I could post them and have them get followers from my following, as well as make myself a better athlete because I believe in that stuff already. So, I mean, it's awesome, man. I love it so much. It's something I want to do my whole life, being a content creator. And I really think this is a great path that I'm on with it and possibly make it my job down the line.
You run with some big hitters looking at your Instagram account. You wrestled for Daniel Cormier in high school at Gilroy, and you hang out with Khabib Nurmagomedov, maybe the GOAT in MMA. What's those relationships like?
And it's awesome. I still talk to, example, like Islam Makhachev is another person I wrestled with. I talked to him about a month or so ago. DC, I talk to him weekly. There's a lot of times throughout the week where I FaceTime him after practice and I say, look, this is where I'm messing up. What do I got to do? And he's still coaching me. So to this day, he still pretty much is my head coach, I would say. Watches every single one of my matches and has no issue telling me where I'm messing up.
All right, Chase, before we let you go, I read an article, I think this was about 3 years ago, where when you started this whole NIL deal, you said, my goal at the end of this is to make enough money that when I leave campus, I have a Porsche Panamera. I want to know, how close are we to driving that Porsche right now?
Yeah, we took a little bit of a back step. So I went and bought a brand new Silverado not too long ago. A nice V8, 6.2 liter, big guy. But I think we leveled up from the Porsche. It's no longer the one I want to get. We're looking at it. Aston Martin is the one, and we're getting there. There's no doubt in my mind between this season, if I decide to come back next year, that season, we'll be there.
Hey, see, I like going with the big rig instead of with the Silverado. Then you can get DC, Khabib, all the other guys that you roll with. Everybody's comfortable in that one. I think they'd be a little tight inside the Porsche. Hey, Chase, it has been awesome to get to know you. So much fun to watch you wrestle. Best of luck. Stay healthy the rest of the year, and we can't wait to see you crush it at Nationals.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
All right, time for a quick break here on Beyond. It's everybody's favorite segment when we come back as Shane shows off a little bit of tough wrestling.
Tough wrestling. You better be tough. I love this segment. It fires me up. I'm in a full ladder right now. Heart's beating. I love it. You never, ever give away those cheap points. Wrestle tough. Stay on top. The final weekend in the Big Ten dual meet season, and once again, we saw some gritty, tough wrestling. Let's get right to it. At 125 pounds, Massi Odiati of Northwestern. I've really liked what I've seen this season from this true freshman. Here inside of a minute, he gives up the first takedown, does a really good job to reclaim the lead 4-3. You see the time run out. He finishes that period on top. Really tough wrestling. You want to build on your lead. Good leg attack here from the Wildcats. 40 seconds in the second period. Going to tack on some more points. Finishes the period on top once again as he did in that first period. Final 30 seconds of this match. Now he wants to get a bonus point victory. Right back in on the legs. He was living on the legs. Gets a major decision. He's had a solid year competing. Looking forward to watching him in the future. Mason Odiati, tough wrestling. How about Chase Saldate? We just talked to the Spartan who's got 10 pins on the season. He's a bonus point machine with 15 on the season. Doesn't waste any time here. He scores 20 seconds in. No need to wait around. Get to your offense quick. Get to a tie and pull the trigger. Chase Saldate, early second period. Every week we talk about these tough escapes. He's really active here. His lower body, he just keeps moving. He's going to get the escape. 4-0 match. Midway through the second period, he was a little bit in a tough position right here as Brown was looking at a cradle, but Saldate does a really good job in defending that. We know Chase can scramble. He wins the position. Major decision, his fourth of the season. Tough wrestling from the Spartan, Chase Saldate. Edmund Ruth at 174 pounds. 2 takedowns in the first period, so really set the tone. Scores again here, 8-2. He's got that riding time over a minute. Stays on his offense. Edmund Ruth again just keeps driving, head to the outside. Corrals a double leg takedown, and then it's late. He's got that major decision intact with riding time secured, but why not go and get one more takedown? Edmund Ruth, nice job. Tough wrestling in Champaign with Edmund Ruth. How about these guys? Ryder Rogotsky and Lane Melchesky. These are a couple of tough guys. Ryder Rogotsky gets that first takedown. Melchesky comes right back with the reversal. Good little scramble. So now it's a 3-2 match. Final seconds in that first period. There's a score. We talk about short time scoring all the time and how important. And look at this. 6.5 Nelson with just a couple of seconds left. This guy's always thinking pin. Situation right here with Ryder Rogotsky. Tight headlock. He's got 15 wins on the season. 13 are by fall. This guy's been phenomenal to Stillwater, Minnesota. A young Buckeye. His stock is on the rise. Tough wrestling from Ryder Rogotsky. Another tough guy. I love this guy's toughness. Rocco Welsh from Ohio State. Another true freshman wrestling DJ Shannon. Nice job there on a single leg. Sweeps the leg out, chases down that far ankle. Rocco Welsh on the board first. 3-1 score, short time. Snatches a single leg, 15 seconds. Get another takedown. 6-1. That is a pretty good lead at the end of the first period. Quick escape. I like the mat return right here from DJ Shannon. Good job there by the Spartan. But you see Welsh, he pops right back up. A lot of times, that's what it's going to take a guy. Mat returns you 2 or 3 times. You got to keep popping up. Final 10 seconds. Welsh keeping territory. Gets a stall call on Shannon, his second. A point for the Buckeye. Here we are, final 60 seconds in that third period. There's a takedown by Rocco Welsh. 30 seconds left. 3 more for Rocco Welsh. This guy's just getting to his offense, and he gets the win. Tough wrestling there from Rocco Welsh. Great job this weekend with some toughness and some grits, and that is how you get your arm raised, Rick.
We are in postseason form for tough wrestling. Also want to pay off a story that we shared with you earlier this year, the evolution of Little Rock Wrestling. Just 5 years from its infancy, this team now the dual meet champions of the Pac-12. They went 4-1 in duels this year. Arizona State also went 4-1, but the Trojans knocked off the Sun Devils during the regular season. Our congrats. They are rocked up in Little Rock as the Pac-12 dual meet champs. We'll take one final break here on Wrestling and Beyond. We're back as Shane counts down the top 3 Big Ten duels of the season. You know we can't go an entire season without Shane mentioning Vision Quest in a tweet, and coincidentally, I happened to stumble upon the movie Sunday night, sitting on my couch enjoying a Jefferson's Ocean, and there's Matthew Modine in the famous peg scene.
One of the great scenes, does the pegboard. Coach comes out and says, all right, Loudon, you win. Of course, Loudon comes down to 168, hits that beautiful lateral drop in the end to beat Shoot. It was great.
Now, Shane doesn't want to brag, but Matthew Modine sometimes with some interaction on Twitter.
He retweets me. I love the movie. I love Loudon Swain. And he recently let me know they're going to send me an autographed copy, so I'm excited.
All right, just enough time in the show to count down Shane's top 3 Big Ten duels of the season. At number 3, I knew Nebraska would be involved. Thought maybe Penn State, but no, it's the Minnesota duel.
This was a fun duel. Isaiah Salazar beats Lenny Pinto here at 184 to put Minnesota ahead. Coming down to the final 2 weight classes, the reigning Big Ten champion Silas Allred in sudden victory defeats Garrett Jones. The stage is set. It comes down to the big guys at heavyweights. Harley Andrews, a 10-7 decision over Bennett Tabor of Minnesota, 19-17. The Cornhuskers get it done.
At number 2, a shout out to Angel Escobedo and the Hoosiers coming from way behind to beat Michigan State.
Michigan State gets out to an 18-0 lead. It began at 157. There's a guy, Chase Saldate, getting the fall. 6 straight, though. 133 pounds. It was Rooks. He gets a technical fall. That is Caden Rooks. And then at 149 comes down to the final match. Graham Rooks gets a pin, 23-18. Indiana gets it done against the Spartans for the first time in Bloomington in over a decade.
Now, in football, they call Ohio State-Michigan the game. In this instant, we call it the duel.
Michigan gets off to a quick start. Austin Gomez victorious at 149. The Wolverines win 4 of the first 5. But here come the Buckeyes. Bryce Hepner was down at 165, 7-0. He gets it done. Ryder Rogotsky, a tech fall. That was huge. It comes down to heavyweight Nick Feldman. He beats the All-American Lucas Davis in 2019 inside Cavelli Center. That, to me, was the dual meet of the season.
And that atmosphere in Columbus was simply off the chains. And that'll wrap up this edition of Big Ten Wrestling and Beyond. For Shane Sparks, I'm Rick Pizzo. As always, we appreciate you hanging with us, and we will see you once again next time.